I was here for a geopolitical update no say ma mo perfume mintimi nka ne ye eh on say maka kire mo say USA ohom sa ne haja money no on say nanim asa gwi ase biem mbema update bi e dey afa Nigeria na mama update e dey afa Venezuela na mama update e dey afa China say China for e dey bi so dey afa eye Russia say video no me otwe na say anya odan wi a ko YouTube na ko he ne to aso ene say asema me be kan pepepe no emi say China for so hu China for so hu China for e dey aba betu dwa say ade a US say oba be no eye wrong say wo say oba be ma military intervention under a humanitarian pretext say wo dey what say ye kunkofo ntinu wo ba bontia be ka kire o man dey say wo do soldiers ba ho say Nigeria fo anhwe yi a first crowd one kan say also all the soldiers airborne were catch Pentagon and said, "I'm taking action." And yes, sir, I'm here Christians war. A hot and a year China for foreign affair ministry, spokesperson or bar. I a friend of Mao Ning, but the other two said, "Sadia na USA akanom. One minister to me no internationally, USA doesn't have any right." So they interfere obi emamu and sema the air koso odi that right no na oma hu ni say alliance na me katre mo say because of BRICS any China influencer ewo your friend is saying ewo Nigeria any Russia influencer ewo Nigeria any say amino say Nigeria for any China for IS change a currency swap oma swap currency instead of dollars no China for do musika ni bia bre Nigeria ban ana Nigeria ban so do musika ni bia koma China ban a omo di dwuma we nyina ya de bia e weekend aye USA omo dollar no ana USA person opekwa bia so beka se ye ku Christopher e o Nigeria tie menka sento kwan koso o Nigeria ana menka se ye nku Christopher o Nigeria ana menka se ye nku Muslims e o Nigeria na emom no entokwa na ekoso no se okwane ntokwa no na wo beka kire obi a onum nyansa se eye nkramofo na eku Christopher a it means say o ya koso eye religious conflict enya dia betimi aboa ewiase ena China fo abeka se omutai eye ma onin no say womutai Nigeria fo achi se Nigeria fo ede omho omoye sovereign nation omonye oman a obi na edi omso colonization ye twam. It is a Nigeria for Philip said, one more issue be and the security issues are. One man can send pay ways and means up. The best solve issue now cost them. Now, avoid a year USA interference. Pretending. Morning na account. Pretend say a yen tokwa air cost say you Christopher. Say and no fast with them. As we can Trump can be on the first as a say and on the fourth no. And China for so the Ediaba. China for what Tinasi ehunu say USA ni interest no enye ntokwa ekoso ho no tie USA ayan ho say ye kunipa mienu a eye much more important ema no sense ye kunipa 20,000 example ye ku eye Palestinian for more than eye 60 something thousand more than eye ye ohwe mukwa de nipa o maku o Palestinian no enya de kepoa na USA de ni akwa kire Ukraine tio ana mo say me mpe US asem me pese obi catch them ta Asonaba asem a okay no boa USA de ni akwa kire Ukraine say Ukraine for hu hia say Palestinian for ene mo Palestinian for ye ma mo weapons Israel for munku Palestinian for be Ukraine do mu hia ti kwa kosebu o Sudan entokwa ekoso Sudan enipa ewu Sudan enye adeketua USA Europe for na 10 Sudan Congo USA ama 10 Europe for na 10 Congo war zone anom de fetch eye uranium ni lithium ni mineral sources no anom de ba Europe e de ba car battery e de ba mobile phone part eni ade ana ntokwa ekoso wo Congo me no kase nipa ewu wo Congo Africa enya de ketua enipa ewu wo Sudan enya de ketua na de na USA enhwe se nkofo we nyina na osi obaba be siewu eye Nigeria for enipa ewu wo Congo ni Sudan no omo so sen enipa ewu wo eye ewo Nigeria tie men kasa me support nipa ewu ewo Nigeria na emobunum e wo se eye United Nations USA United Nations na tenase no mo pe ekwan ha o metimi asolve entokwa na ekoso e wo Nigeria tem biara no issue a eye international issue a eye kese pa emra Gaza de baye United Nations amama bebre e condemn Gaza for de na no mo nkasa mfa Ukraine de no enso na USA na ni wo Ukraine de no so because of Russia na ni wo Ukraine de no so because of Russia ti busa won say e ba ne sen e na dodo owu a emfa USA ho na mo kakra bi ewu a na ofa USA ho we na ma me kan ade bi e o Bible mo say ya support bonu bi o si wan ne wo nwan bebre no mbekọ edidia na gbako pe bera no kokko hwe no obeja di aka no ho no akọ gbako no na so hu ni mpa eniji no si wo mu nyina na sa asem we say ayeke fatu ho say wo nya mako 200 na ojan gbako paira no waja enya mako 199 no so mungu baabi na akọ hwe gbako naba na abeba na 199 nso atu apese no mayira obere den enema bi wono ma religiously no a logic but in reality ne de enye logic sa na Donald Trump and US wo motie duduo na ewu no ehu ehia no te se kakra bi na ewu no ntinu wo de akode abua ne ekup ayifo no na o support se yen fighting ema Ukraine for and America no say a geopolitical issue obi ya de no mo de weaken BRICS alliance eno na America no eno na China for hu a China for abe condemn it is a issue no a threaten USA ama USA why the wabon ebia me do ba be call your friend say Russia me do be call Russia na Russia enso woman who say USA who ni say a friend say Donald Trump woman who say Russia weak because of the sanctions and a woman who say Russia any China so na threat and to mutimi nko attack your friend say Nicolas Maduro say what the ship akobo ho person ko mu tua sika de ma omo pilot Maduro pilot nanka or transfer or make it transit no de Maduro kosi baabi nanka CIA agent no o ma di kan CIA form yen sakubo omo ye undercover operation covert operation nanka omo divertia pilot re divertia nanka o ma chi Nicolas Maduro sa ade no me ye no amfa therefore what the ships ne ade destroyers ne tankers apogu eye Venezuelan border so opekwa bi aso agbawuram but Russia threatening to ntimi China threatening to ntimi when America tell say hegemony say ubuli obi a when you have the power to bully someone it doesn't make you a very strong person when you have the power to bully your fellow human being it doesn't make you a very strong person you can never justify the bullying of someone say you are fighting for human rights which is wrong. International law will approve USA interference in Venezuelan issue. And now, woman Russia and bomb ships boat to fishermen boat to a namun sosua and we are seeing another condemn Russia. Fishermen boat say US are caught 300 who for the boat to be a part no a bomb or so mukuta cocaine no a bomb busa say law ban a trace obi cocaine ya bombi no kuno ni nyina ne say omo pe Venezuelan oil adeti no pe Venezuelan oil your friend say oko USA say ameno kase ya because of proxy wars now woman engage in any sanctions woman dey atoto Russia so na Russia woman dey sanctions atoto to Iran so any amanya omo crude oil bebebe any your friend say Venezuela for so ntirim e say USA no rely mostly on friend maybe East in other African countries and as say ameno kase Europe for no so nyina no sanctions ntirim obi adan nani de ni akire USA ni ade no moto crude oil di fi USA say USA aton crude oil na wo strategic petroleum reserve any say crude oil a ma reserve in case of emergency on be use no na ni capacity no efa barrel nko mako sa 714 million barrels ana etimi store capacity on ma reserve say because of unnecessary proxy wars all in the name of weakening or destroying Russia. Me no can say almost strategic oil reserve no USA Department of Energy at the ababetu just say eswati ababedu 409 million barrels. What you say from 714 eswabeti abedu 409 million barrels, which means say Oma ton ama the omode ato on ma say odi sika to bank say bibi tirewa no akwakoi na odi sika na koye ma asem ti no wasa ko bank ho na odi ye dem wo kwakoyi sika no ebi na ye madamfo bi okobo chacha na 1 minute no akoyi o bank ho okoba no akoyi sika na odi abo chacha na asa no akoba no akoyi sika a day okoba bank ho no sa more than 20 times last one okoyi na bank ko ni sika na ma say ju sika na fa juicy Ghana for okonzo onyi kesi 20 Ghana, 50 Ghana, 100 Ghana, 200 Ghana, and a bank for the tamu sikarum. I don't know the dem as one in one. Sana USA akọ yusu ni oil reserve ni nyama e short e no to nya bi o Venezuela. No abe refill. No abe refill. E no na sesem Russia person or kire USA say akonto kwa it doesn't mean say why weak. Russia or person me catch am say me about geopolitics move to Ghana ha mo de make ho because me ntwa ntro men ka say me ye me pay US for asem asema me kanu ka be ka nyam ta Asonaba de okay obua ade na China for be condemn Russia for afi ne se de a kire eye US for and say wo Duma House of Defense wo first Russia wo deputy chairman ababonti ye fe ne Sege Zularev bibisa wababonti ababeka say o hwe de tension na USA do to Venezuela now Russia for send the cargo and fencing we air defense system at the call Venezuela or person or three USA say still am ye baby a USA obetunu so what time na dey on say betiem it is say am no ka say no for Russia for at the air defense system at the akwa defense Venezuela baby a Russia basinu USA on there so be venture because USA had tried several times with Russia about proxy wars when defeating so a pie a bit say Korea North and South Korea talk we see here Russia and USA so if the proxy war konya na pie USA achieving the result Vietnam war kuntokwa 20 years USA use ni soldiers echo Vietnam kuamusa later Russia dinkunima Vietnam a communist nation. USA have tried BBR with Russia in terms of proxy wars on and China and Swabaka home. It therefore the same Donald Trump who the onye and they toss to be musoro. And yet sanctions are USA any tariffs are USA to China so no. Wasa ko akwakopa eye USA chow. Wakopa China chow. Tie USA akwakopa eye China chow say Jenny the tariff on the buyer not my measure somebody na duma e wo so Jenny the tariff on the buyer be yesterday tariff na any more we now this time around enya de be boy it yanka ne ensolve issue no USA oye carnivorous animal of aboa ore your friend is saying ore nam ansa na watimi survival no war and the mouth survival and now started trade war 2017 2018 19 and now in China the trade war start China and kahwe and now bully China and destroy Huawei and now China edit chair and a friend say Xiaomi krano what the blacklisted Xiaomi and Xiaomi the USA court and win here what bully you China 2018 19 wako aba and destroy Huawei baby ma sabe targeting China for China and the allies and the sanctions make tariff to two so and the wiki China and China say hey enough is enough USA I'm gonna tell you this your hegemony is too much your economic bullying is too much it is the time for us to also vomit the red saliva in our throat. We all have the red ones but we intentionally spit out the white saliva. So if you try to spit your red saliva to us, we will also retaliate by spitting out our acidic red saliva towards you. And na China for ye. What the rare earth meanwhile, hate Donald Trump. Afe, so ya bin sa omunto. Won ko sia ewo. Na won say Donald Trump ko China no fere. Into another say okoto. I had to say no ire jai na open back. Na fe oni won kra na wakọ no se o mbehwe mofura no ho ye na okwape na waka ho asa opese okwa na dubi na mofura nda na opese no yere ne kasem USA epese okọ back ekopa China cheuntinu ana okọ eye Asia ho ana okọ ni na mu akọfa eye South Korea na omu invite eye Xi Jinping bae ana ombehia na wo hwe mood na Xi Jinping oni eye USA ede kasa na utumu se USA no waboto me ka che se me enkoyi a me ba be ka che se enkoyi trade war no USA no mu guase ene se omu kopa China chew ana omu yi sa so ya bi na China for so omu ntobiem no se China for so omato mbeto esi am no kasa no China for se omate omedo mbeto ena biem so onu USA no tariff no de to China for so nyina no oyi afri so wa me candidates ni na nkyerɛ se fentanyl chemicals bi aduro bi omo ye no omo eno no yi sa 10% but tariff omo de to China so se enu omo yi bebire afri so China ankasa amfa eye chips na omo de bans after because China no ohia USA chips no obetinya ye na ankasa ne de therefore when tariff on the afri so no ama China resume work towards the allied nations and that tariff they don so na is the China be samba be nyesika bi China samba be nyesika it say no omo resume na me no kase no USA ehunu say or try say on China be kuntokwa bi mu a obelusu recently ya eno mi interview eye Donald Trump and o kire say oye na dwen say omo the tariff ni ade to China for so na eboa no mu nyesika na so China for so start say on be retaliate na China for ede eye trade war tariff ni bi so be to eye omo so with rare earth mineral so omo de omo mfa bom kura bi ngua omo refine na wo uni wo banche uni ingredient a wo de be bom pesi na wo de aye nkwan me a me wo ingredient a me de be ma wo de bom pesi aye nkwan no wo be ka kire me say me no de tariff abeto me so and you don't Trump and kasa tiase say sad decision na wo ye no it was a bad decision say USA for mu say what try say only China for be kuntokwa China aye global factory the moment about try say only China be kuntokwa no and mu bia se kese na beto enunti no say Donald Trump waje atum say it was a useless decision say obeka kire USA for say yemfa tariff encriple China therefore sanctions or the to Russia so ebepe mu nei Russia guso kuntokwa eno na ma Russia escalating tokwa no call FNSM Ukraine for so USA me ka tell say sa hegemony no USA ne Europe for no omo use USA and Arabs and Europeans omo systems are omo dey control young Africans the edikan and say religion ni adada wa se me Asonaba mi ko gbasu e wo sum bi mu a e wo se yesesa medi ni ma me esum bi din se mi ko gbo mi ko dwane esum foforo bi a e wo se esum no medi ndi Asonaba e wo se yesesa medi ma medi foforo e bia odi di kofi nguadu ye be ka se bia udin de baba alasa ana udin de eye medi ndi Asonaba wo su aduomi mi ko gbasu ye be ka se ohia Christianism ni ama me bia Steven eye ana se Steven atuko efio Steven Adiomi what they say sa system no na se nkofo na to therefore China pena oye the only nation or try say obey world superpower all use religion na emom or the business and the eba tie I'm not saying say China for me angel in case China for angel na emom no one oyerete na otete wa unso so be ja na kofo ba free ebi asa oba no bekum na so de we ye won so no it gives you no option that to leave your wife and go and marry another wife sa na won ku tia esa it is the USA ni western countries no omu bully ni eye those in the Arab nations no omu bully and there why not working with China what did America say therefore USA doesn't have any power the only power USA was a CNU a dollar because China and USA army are ineffective. What I say, and yet do maybe because what they now try China beba be condemn. They say yes, say mini issue with a year Tinubu say on one kasa be call Nigeria now or be call US or wakache USA say money here mo say momra ne yankuntia Boko Haram because entokwana free. Mini issue say China betinya ko Tinubu be ko the Donald Trump China ho say mumebua ne yankuntia Boko Haram ko yanko entini but coming now to say if you don't do this I'm coming to do this that is what I don't like. We call it hegemony, we call it dominance. You are trying to domineer a sovereign nation which is very bad. Nobody will accept that decision. Nigeria is a sovereign nation and Nigeria has every right to decide any partner that it would like to work with. being China, being Russia or USA. You can never use your authoritarian power to just come out and say, when you don't allow or when you don't stop this, we are coming to interfere. You don't have that power. The only nation that have power, the power to do that is the United Nations. The United Nations has a UN Security Council that will just go for a board meeting and decide on whom or where and how to interfere in whatever is happening or in the political affair of Nigeria. If Nigerians are not doing the right thing over there, Donald Trump and then the United States of America don't have any right to come out and say anything publicly, something that undermines a sovereign nation, something that can cause a religious war or religious conflict, something that can cause division among Christians and Muslims in Nigeria and then in entire Africa or global world. I'm telling you, sir, we have reached a situation whereby we live in a multipolar world, whereby one country can never and ever decide for the entire world. You can just bully me when I'm coming for loan. You can just give me any interest that one when I'm coming for loan. But when I want to rule my nation, you can never tell me what to do. And when I said it, many people were saying, Asonaba, are you telling us that there's no killing going on in Nigeria? I'm not saying that. I'm not denying the fact that many people are being killed in Nigeria. But you can never justify that it is the only Christians that are being killed. It's wrong to justify it through that way. You can also not justify that it is only the Muslims that are being killed. But in reality, many people are being killed by this extremist group, being Boko Haram or whatever. But it doesn't require the USA to come out and justify it or generalize it that maybe they are killing the Christians. It's wrong. Nigeria can rule themselves and they don't need any external power. It is only the United Nations that have that right to do that. After my found baby, Russia. Russia started using on one kasani troops. Russia and Tokwana Omukunina. After Russia, on one kasa using troops on Yusu be that. Mansomi Asino, Tina Mebreno. After Russia using the troops, a free set on the US is starting, or no starting Tokwano. Other thing after Russia started using the troops. Omu use Wagner Group. Now Wagner Group, I know it's a private security firm. High mercenaries as being security officers. Normal training, a year and tokenim. What did the mechanism? It is all this one in Russia and Kasan special army. They were untouched. They were there, standby, waiting for the right time to strike. So far, no. Russia special army afraid na Russia ebe use wom Russia army na o use use to fight target near the ade no e special ones be but more for the kuntokwa na kasa ye private army. Recently am no be kasa soldier ni be frame e wo Russia ana o ka chem asona asem about Russia da because ohwenyansa ni nimde a me mame analysis no any fact and realities are we making now e so overwhelming, so astonishing, and he claimed that most people are making some opprobrious analysis. Your friend is saying media no so Osha is unfathomable. And he said, the American now say empa. Or say Wagner Group say now Russia from almost taking over more territories no. And now Russia deploy 170,000 soldiers across Pokrovsk, Sloviansk. Omuko Kramatorsk. Omuko konka aircon tokwane de edeko. Na o tra o tin tokwane ehun papa. O say obia use drones. Na mo kan no kware kire me say eye soldiers na omukuma Russians de. Russia de omu no mukura kese. Oso omu no mu kese. Na so Ukraine de omaku bebre. Ana Ukraine no based on population no. So omu kon tokwane to aso a ahwe a Ukraine be free map. Eto omu bompa say Entokwano, USA, and Europe, Omunyai sa proxy war no na asunye de emra. That is the only option. Or say, when use drones now, drones didn't survey baby a soldiers in war. Now because so omu ebia fan say 1 kilometer. Into on nante ha mo be nante saa kwa edu baby na mo beben a na obi aso phone app on phone so a etre baby a enemies ni woni nyina eti edu baby tse bi 100 meters a muhu nkofo de a ehode de e shooting ko a oso mu shootu om ho saa ana Ukrainian soldiers no so no ukuoma no more kwa mu dwan no more the bomb SS form. It is a wa konka sase no. Wo ya se wo kope utia bomb no so agbi na awura wo. It is tokwa no u communicate, u hwe wiem, u hwe form, u hwe wanim, u hwe wiem to avoid a drone, u hwe form to avoid bomb, u hwe wanim to avoid enemies. It wo mo kire ntoko e say the last me kan no. O se e bi nso wi ase da. Na Zelensky ko ntimi ntra kronim. And Zelensky who how want to come say omo ntimi wini ntino omo send most of omo de mraba say de omo men ko ra omo di mfie be 18 years ni nyina no omo nko omo timi free eye Ukraine say de be ya dachi bi no asundwe bo metimi aba be wo because young men na energetic ones nyina no entokwa ndudo na ewu ewiase amobo all because of USA and then EU selfish interest. Ya sign agreement say Ukraine shouldn't join NATO. A agreement, Budapest agreement. Or say, or man, bet me joining NATO. You don't have that. It's an agreement. USA one penny. Say USA, Russia, and Europe one penny. What they are saying? Empty or send to quarter there and where they. So 170,000 soldiers in. And then yes, say Russia and a special army. Wow, bet me say Zelensky about Bontia say, where the first time we be Russia had deployed an army. Of all the over where most uncle for no, to pincer movement, chum to sekoto. And to quite no idea. Shena Asundwemra, Nenipen Kwawunya. Many parts also will come to Russia. Sa Emma Aka 2 weeks per no about retirement. Or 6 months new Yareda. 6 good months on Yareda. I didn't know see a man to qua a destroying. The catcher said, yea, and I'm winning a buying property. And to kwaba ye no sacrifice to achieve their aim. And they say ye kumu ebema pressure beda ban so. Sa na to kwate enya de papa amanya omo transit the United Nations by no omo fail wiase nyina. Omo fail wiase nyina. Say Russia egusu konka upon the sanctions. And Russia eyusu missiles ya ban kwase may use because of baby how it be kwachire. Say Russia started use some missiles no. And no sounds tested in Poseidon and said that one of the nuclear weapons be or use or one of Russia air test started. Now, Sadia can was 7. One much that a yet more as I see in Swasi. Now, a cotton so as we are. No, I said a year a fair say waves. Ebio and the Puma and I say Suma to say tsunami. Russia, you know what testing. Sa Poseidon's refidin. Okwa enso na se a na wa hiti enso na charge enso ni sa no wa koso one of the largest heavy storms to say tsunami now you know nuclear weapons na me chorum no wa pushing enso no heavy power not the hit krono e bet nya more than 1400 1500 a year kilometers e bet say ne me ho nu nyina eno ana USA said there be also be start testing weapons na kwete say amanfo bebiri na try say person test some weapons abia na USA abia amanfo be ka say USA ni ahoden be me ka tro plane say USA ntise first ni bi me say USA ntise first ni bi in reality USA ntise first ni bi me say one ti asma me Kenya say na one je de me ka na ndi a obedi USA is powerful anafi agensem Nigeria mpo China for tre odo de ama Nigerians say tell ya ma USA ma media gobia because China no USA has nothing to offer. USA has nothing to offer apart from loan. IMF loan ya de no oni bibi wa de ma Nigeria for any omu aid a wo mo de ma any gi omu niema no omu ni hwibiem China ebe ma ye niema obema ye kofa niema free China ba fofofo ne aton time we do say Africa ye white snap that ye kabom ama bi nkikambom kakaka ni yenya eye purchasing power ni wala say ni senya bargaining power me no ka say Dangote ebie oil refinery e won Nigeria and so Dangote oil refinery na wa bie no ono I'll go there later me call later I don't want to go there abusiafo asema me no wa kan ma me nso me hu adwenkyere enye ntokwa o me say we don't do geopolitics or listen to geopolitics with emotions. Open your heart. Because USA mini ahode a me the US beba for. Mini ahode a me Russia akosoro. I'm telling you the reality. Trade war will lose, proxy wars will lose, a saying so religious wars will lose. My man can't tell. Say Obiba Bontin. Now, or say, oh, sorry, went in a year kuma. Send the panel po or the yawn or time be a show me. Now, what kumia. I don't know, a man for Oma you said that the TIA Africa and name African to me. I dare back up between the Ricky a religion. Religion, Nema, Onipa, Etimi Jani Kunho, no, I call that a soft one chain. Religion, Enema, Obitimikase, soft say me yakwantre, etimini ku na 3 months, 4 months, a religion, Enema, Obitimiku Sika, and the coba for the Yake, Nan the Mesuku fees on Timintia, a religion, and a Timima Onipa, a catcher is Ninonko say, Adentina also Okarin Krabuni, no require Christoni. Adentina also Kawari Christoni, or require Krabun to Mempene, not an Topa. Religion pen the better Yama what sound birth name. I would be a Siaman, bet Miano, if anything, Alex, and Nasa would be Kwakumanu, ya bet me as an iron Babasuli, a religion. So, I'm not saying so we shouldn't be religious. Menka say being a Muslim is bad or being a Christian is bad. My religion and cause divisions among ourselves because ewa hainum ye moja e baako ye kala e baako ye bibia e de e baako osom e obi na de abrɛ ye mfa papa na ewo mu no ne mfa mo ye bra ade biara e wo osuma e de tokwa beba akayo kusum papa mu ne ade beba no ye nyimfiri yakwa mu ne mpe kwan ye befa so a e be develop Africa bi dia de Asonaba osu aduomi e be san so ahia Asonaba osu aduomi I salute you all bra.